Hey folks, Jonah Do here, one of the banking bros, and today we're coming straight for one of the most common myths in personal finance.
And I mean, this one is everywhere, Jonah. The myth: whole life insurance is only for rich people. Some people even might think it's bougie insurance.
It's time we bust that myth completely wide open, because not only is it false, it's actually holding normal people back from a very powerful financial tool.
I mean, come on, let's be real. Whole life insurance sounds expensive. You hear terms like guaranteed cash value, dividends, tax advantage growth, and your brain automatically goes, oh, this must be for the ultra wealthy. I can't afford that stuff.
And part of the way is just that way it's been marketed, or maybe not marketed over the years, because whole life is often sold through these high, out-of-touch financial advisors, or it's been something grandpa had, right? And they brought it up from the 1950s when life insurance was a household name.
But here's the kicker, you guys. Do you know why wealthy people love whole life insurance? It's because they know how money works.
Yeah, and they understand leverage, they understand control, they understand taxes. None of that is exclusive to being rich. It's actually just about how you think, not how much you have. So let's look at some numbers. As of 2023, about 59% of life insurance policies in force in the United States were permanent, like whole life. Only 41% were actually term policies.
Wait. Let's pause there for a second, Jonah. You're saying more people have permanent life insurance than term insurance? So it's clearly not just the ultra rich that are using it then.
And it's not just everyday people using it either. It's people who actually understand financial systems. So you want some names? Sean, give the people what they want. Give them the names.
Let's talk about rich people who didn't just use whole life, but actually built a legacy with it. Just to name a few, we got Walt Disney, who borrowed against his whole life policy to actually fund Disneyland. Nobody believed in that guy. Then you got J.C. Penney, who used his policy to keep paying his employees during the Great Depression. And we got people like Ray Kroc, who used his policy's cash value to cover payroll at McDonald's during the early days. And then, of course, we got people like Doris Christopher, the founder of Pampered Chef. My mom loves Pampered Chef. She actually borrowed from her policy to launch that business, which she eventually sold to Warren Buffett for a modest chunk of change, I might say.
These policies were not just vanity policies. They were tools, they were leverage, they were liquidity. They didn't sell stock. These folks didn't get loans from banks. They used their policies. And get this, they started when they weren't wealthy. Now, sure, we just mentioned a bunch of names and you know their names now, but back when they needed leverage and they needed money, you surely didn't know their names.
Now imagine for a second you're a school teacher, a plumber, a small business owner, and you're trying to save money. You want to avoid debt and you want to plan for your future, but the stock market is unpredictable and banks are pretty stingy right now. And inflation, it just keeps eating away at your cash. That's where properly designed whole life insurance comes in. It's a safe bucket. It grows predictably, it gives you access to your cash, and it doesn't tank when the S&P 500 dips 10%.
It's not about being rich, it's about building resilience. It's not about get rich quick. It's stay rich for sure strategies, right? Here's the real deal. Wealthy people just start earlier than you. They use whole life insurance as a base. It's not a gamble, it's a foundation.
You see, you can do the same thing on a smaller scale. Start with like $500 or $1,000 a month. Build it up over time. Use the cash value to pay off debt, buy a car, start a business, invest in real estate. Some people might say, possibilities are infinite.
And that's what we teach people every day. It's real people using these strategies to change their family tree. Once you understand how it works, you don't ask, or you probably won't ask, why are rich people doing this? You'll ask, why didn't anyone teach me this sooner?
If you believe the myth that whole life just isn't for someone like you, you'll keep chasing advice that keeps you broke. Meanwhile, those who get it are buying back their time, they're funding their dreams, and they're teaching their kids a whole different money game.
You don't need to have $1 million to use what the millionaires use. You just need to start where you are. So if you ever thought whole life was only for the rich, well, now you know better.
You see, you don't need wealth to start. You need a strategy. and we've helped hundreds of everyday people just like you design a real plan that actually works. If you want to see how it could work for you and for your life, click the link in the description below. We'll walk you through one-on-one and we'll lay it all out. No pressure, no fluff, just facts.
Let's break the cycle. Let's build real financial confidence. This is the Banking Bros channel, and we believe that wealth isn't something you wait for, it's something you build.